morning and welcome back to the morning commute with Opie living in the city. It is a beautiful morning. It is already 91 degrees outside. It's good. I think the other day we beat a record. I think it was maybe Tuesday. We hit 118 or so. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for tuning in. It is Friday, folks. I hope everyone's ready for the weekend. I don't know what kind of plans you might have. Me, I'm staying inside and staying cool. I might tinker with one of the vehicles, but I don't have any major plans. I got me a cup of Joe this morning. It's the Columbia Starbucks, and I got it strong. So let's see, I know there's an accident on the 60 westbound, and their traffic's being diverted off the freeway. So let's go see if there's any updates on that.
And to help locate the disproportionately high number of missing Native Americans, KTAR News will begin broadcasting those alerts when they come in.
Phoenix police have announced the arrest of 3 people accused of running a theft ring targeting Valley stores.
And these arrests mark the latest theft ring dismantled by the Phoenix Police Department. Detective Mark Holtzen says this type of organized crime is becoming more popular.
We are not seeing the same types of crimes that we have seen in the past. We are seeing a lot of organized groups transitioning over to more profitable avenues like retail theft, cargo theft, identity theft, and bank fraud.
And this operation involved people stealing from local stores and selling those items to again be resold online for a profit. The department's message to people doing this:
you are not harming a big company, you're harming your neighbors, and you are risking your own freedom while doing so.
Ballin over Stoles, KTAR News.
Eyes on education. If your child has been pushing off their FAFSA forms, there's an event this weekend that can help them get them all filled out.
Education Forward Arizona is holding a FAFSA workshop this Saturday from 10 to 2 at the Capital One Cafe in Scottsdale Fashion Square, helping students complete the federal aid forms. Jennifer Murphy with Education Forward Arizona explains when students complete FAFSA, post-secondary education becomes more attainable, which helps the individual and the community at large.
We know that students who pursue education and training after high school, that is just a gateway to unlocking opportunity, and really Arizona has everything to gain.
Shira Tanzer, KTAR News.
Coming up, based on his travel plans, it's becoming apparent that freshman Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego has his eye on higher office.
Yeah.
An Arizona Democratic political consultant weighs in on his chances in just a few minutes.
Yeah, we're talking about the presidency here, right? And right now, KTAR traffic alert. You might be the president of the John Roller fan club if you're on the 60, and he's going to help you avoid a closed freeway heading into town.
Yeah, Jim, thank you very much. Westbound 60, right at Mill Avenue, had a very, very serious crash, and that has caused quite a backup. So here's what's happening right now. Troopers are trying to reduce the folks that already got stuck in this crash once it unfolded before them. So you're being turned around and taken up the on-ramp at Mill Avenue. If you are coming in westbound on the 60, you're being taken off at Mill Avenue. So Baseline, Southern Broadway, ways to get around this. All lanes blocked. No estimated time of reopening. Now, they are bleeding off some of this backup as far as the left lanes right near the median wall there. You're getting by. But again, closed at Mill Avenue, westbound US 60. All lanes are blocked. John Roller, KTAR News.
We are looking at a high of 110. That's really the predicted high all the way through Monday. So just enjoy what's going to be not 118 degrees. Overnight lows near 90 degrees as well. Your weather is brought to you by Howard Air and Plumbing. Weather replace or repair, call Howard Air and Plumbing.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I was taking my side hustle full time.
Bold move, my friend.
And I needed to find
Laurel, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
So President Trump campaigned on no tax on Social Security benefits. Does this bill do that?
Well, the bill doesn't create a special exemption for taxes on Social Security benefits. What it does is add a new tax deduction for people 65 and older. And that'll have the effect that more older people will pay no taxes or fewer taxes on their Social Security benefits. Here's Mark Goldwine, Senior Vice President at the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget.
The legislation that passed does make it so some people won't pay taxes on their benefits. The reason is that it'll make it so that some seniors won't pay any taxes because it increases their standard deduction.
That new senior deduction is $6,000 a year for individuals 65 or older.
You know, that email was controversial, right? I take it was. Why is that?
Yeah, so last week, lots of Americans, myself included, got this email from the Social Security Administration. Had the headline, Social Security applauds passage of legislation providing historic tax relief for seniors. Now, the Social Security Administration is not typically in the practice of sending political emails like this. But that wasn't the only issue, says Howard Gleckman. He's Senior Fellow at the Tax Policy Center, a nonpartisan think tank.
The email was really pretty misleading. It included a number of assertions that simply are either not true or overstated or described in a way that is really going to confuse people.
First off, the email implies that the bill changed how Social Security is taxed. And the White House also put out a press release headlined, "No tax on Social Security is a reality in the one big beautiful bill." But again, that's not what the bill does. Social Security benefits are taxed like other income, and this law doesn't change that. Second, the email says, quote, "The bill ensures that nearly 90% of Social Security beneficiaries will no longer pay federal income taxes on their benefits," end quote. But by the administration's own estimates, almost 2/3 of Social Security recipients already don't pay taxes on their benefits because they don't make enough money for that tax to kick in. We reached out to the Social Security Administration for a response to these critiques, but we didn't hear back.
So say more about who will see their tax bill change and how.
Yeah, it's primarily middle or upper middle class folks, Gleckman says. He and his colleagues at the Tax Policy Center estimate that about half of older adults will benefit from the change. Those who will see the biggest benefit are those with incomes between $80,000 and $130,000. They should see an average tax cut of about $1,100. Lower income seniors won't see any change from this deduction because they already earn too little to pay taxes. And higher income folks won't see a change because there's no new senior deduction for individuals with incomes over $175,000 or couples over $250,000.
So before we let you go, what's going to be the effect of these tax cuts on the Social Security system itself? It seems like we've been talking about insolvency for some time now, and it seems like the specter of that seems to be coming closer.
Yeah, the email has a quote from Social Security Commissioner Frank Bisignano saying this legislation reaffirms President Trump's promise to protect Social Security. But that really depends on what you mean by protect, because the taxes that are paid on Social Security go directly to shoring up the Social Security Trust Fund and the Medicare Part A Trust Fund. Cutting these taxes accelerates the timeline in which those trust funds become insolvent. According to an estimate from the Nonpartisan Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, that'll happen in 2032. They estimate Social Security benefits would be cut by an estimated 24% unless Congress makes changes. So in that way, cutting taxes that feed the trust fund does the opposite of protecting Social Security.
That's NPR's Laura Walmsley, and this is NPR News.
Yeah, this is the morning edition on KJZZ. Welcome on this Friday morning. We have a traffic situation to be wary of this morning in Tempe. The US 60 closed westbound Mill Avenue due to a crash there. And again, if you're in the Tempe area, find another way to get west besides US 60. Also on the Loop 101, the Iowa Freeway portion, westbound after 59th Avenue is a crash blocking the right two lanes there. Let's check KJZZ News at 5:43 now. The risk to dogs for heartworm and tick-borne illnesses is increasing in the Mountain West. That's according to the American Heartworm Society, which is tracking links from illnesses more common in eastern states. Dr. Shadi Irifi is the owner of Vet Triage based in Las Vegas and says there is a number of reasons behind the trend.
Climate is number one. The ease of travel is number two. And then animals that have undiagnosed diseases, traveling with their pet owners is probably number three.
Tick-borne illnesses and heartworm can harm dogs and even be life-threatening. He says testing and prevention are key to keeping dogs healthy. This is KJZ.
KCC News.
Hey, LaDonna, let's relieve some stress if you are coming in from the East Valley. We've got all lanes blocked, westbound US 60 right at Mill Avenue, and a little scanner chatter getting ready to shut down the on-ramp at Rural. Now, troopers have relieved this backup. Folks stuck in this crash, they have moved them off the main line, but if you are coming westbound on the 60, you're not able to get on at Rural. So again, Baseline, Southern, Broadway, ways to get around this. No estimated time of reopening. Crash off right westbound Loop 101 out of Fria Freeway, 59th Avenue, lean to the left there, and 51st Avenue in Lower Buckeye. That intersection is shut down due to a serious crash there as well. John Roller, KTAR News.
Sunshine all weekend and highs of 110 today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Your weather.
All right, folks, have a great day. Drive safe. Austin 1.